Saving is critical in the economic progress of any country because of its relation to investment. It is in no doubt that investment can stimulate short and medium-term growth, but this requires high levels of savings. And that's why one cannot downplay the role of the National Social Security Fund.
We've grown the fund in terms of the fund value. If I speak about for the past 3 years, we moved from a fund value of 166 billion to around 230 billion. Another milestone is we've increased the annual contribution. At the end of 2018, we were doing around 14 billion a year, which is an average of slightly above 1.1 billion a month, which is a 21% improvement from the previous contributions. In terms of investment, I think our investment income has increased. We are moving from the space of 11 billion, now we are doing 17 billion. Even the membership complement has also increased. We are now at 2.9 million members, up from around 2.5 million members.
Established as a mandatory national scheme in 1965, whose main objective was to provide basic financial security benefits to Kenyans upon retirement, NSSF is constantly changing to grow you for good.
Essentially, the new Act, NSSF Act number 45 of 2013, had some objectives that it intended to achieve beyond what was sustainably provided by the CAP 258. One of the key things was, number one, to create a pool of wealth that can be used to further the infrastructure and well-being of the country in terms of projects. Number two, the new act was meant to bring under its ambit the informal sector, which was not clearly spelled out in CAP 258.
Before 2010, our customer satisfaction levels was roughly 50%. But now we're happy, we're around 80% in terms of customer satisfaction, which means therefore we have a good chunk of our employers and contributors who are satisfied with the kind of service we're offering to them.
In line with its mission of providing social security to members through enhanced coverage, efficient registration and collections, NSSF has grown in leaps and bounds.
NSSF, we have a branch network of 60 offices countrywide, and 48 of those are branches, 11 of those are sub-branches. We also have Huduma centers countrywide, which are 52 in number, and in all those outlets, we offer NSSF services in terms of registration, in terms of application for benefits, and also even statements to find out how much they have contributed.
Many companies are moving away from the CBD to invest in Kitengela. We have grown with leaps and bumps in a short period. When I came here in 2017, we are collecting between 24 and 27 million in a month. Right now, we are collecting between 40 and 45 million in a month. That is something to be proud of.
In terms of savings to NSSF, NSSF is not just for people who are working in a formal setup. That's why we are expanding to the informal sector, and most of the people now workers are in the informal sector. And it is not what the law requires that you must pay 6% of your gross. You can also top up. We have that option that you can top up, you pay according to ability, and you can voluntarily top up without necessarily being mandated or being forced to do so.
To increase efficiency, the fund has adopted digital systems in its quest to align with advancements in technology. Members can now access various services at the comfort of their own homes. And for those like Grace Njeri, who for one reason or the other have to visit NSSF offices, they appreciate the adoption of these digital systems much better.
Nimechukua like 10 minutes, nilikuwa nadhani ilikuwa kitu like 1 hour. So nimehudumiwa haraka sana.
NSSF are also doing integration with KCB, whereby employers and members can now generate payment orders online and pay either by cash, checks, EFT or RTGS. And for values less than 70,000 shillings, one can generate a payment order through M-Pesa. The receipts can be downloaded comfortably from the NSSF e-service portal. Stephen Obare is the ICT manager at NSSF. He talks of how NSSF is embracing technology to ensure that Kenya continues to score highly in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business subsequent reports.
We want also to connect with our members through USSD. All our members, as and when they require, they should be able to download their statements on demand using USSD. Secondly, they should be able to also check the balance of their contributions, and they can also be able to confirm if their employers have made payments on their behalf. We are doing integration with KCB. We have tested it. Employers should be able to go to Kenya Commercial Bank, make the payments, and not come back here. They will be able to generate a UPN, a unique payment order, and then go to KCB, make the payment, and then flawlessly go home.
And Gerald Matoke, HR manager at Del Monte Kenya Limited in Thika, can attest to that.
The online filing of returns has made our work easy. Historically, NSSF returns were done on manual basis. Now, changing like that makes the statements accurate, updates on time, and we are really impressed with that. It makes our work easier.
The automation of services has also gone a long way in promoting the NSSF brand.
In terms of brand affinity, we did a brand audit in 2016, and the percentage of the brand audit was 74.5%, which is good by any standard. However, we aspire to get to 80%. Yeah, and to get there are some strategies that we have put down, which would then improve on the general service delivery. And some of the strategies would include the automated services that we are currently effecting. We do have a robust IT platform which directly impacts on customer service delivery.
Besides having efficient systems to register members, receive their contributions and manage funds of the scheme, NSSF is mandated to ultimately pay out benefits to eligible members or dependents.
We offer immigration grant. When somebody works and is living in this country, is paid the immigration grant. Unfortunately, if one of our members dies, we pay survivor benefit. In case one of our members is injured at their place of work, we pay invalidity benefit. And then you attain 50 years, you are paid with age benefit. And then when you get 60, that's retirement benefit. Therefore, out of 5, 3 of them are lifetime benefits, while only 2 are old age. So therefore, NSSF is not a fund for old age, retirement alone.
Savings have become central to individual and collective prosperity, the reason why NSSF prudently invests its members' savings in secure, high-yielding investments. Take a look at these iconic buildings with unique architectural designs synonymous with the ever-changing Nairobi's skyline.
We also have real estate-like buildings where we are now here, which we lease out to Kenyans who are able to take up space and pay. We also give space to the government at a well-negotiated price. That is some of the services that we render to the members.
As part of its diversification strategy, National Social Security Fund has also invested in the real estate. Nyayo Estate Embakasi is one such outstanding flagship project that is a success story.
When these houses were done, even in the selling of them, in the history of selling houses, it is only in Nyayo Estate where you sell one area like 600 units in a day. Because I remember particularly from phase 1, when we as Kilawadi Bank we came and we did the estate. In fact, when we are selling in phase 2, it was a struggle. Many people came and because everybody wanted. And the good thing is, one thing, the mortgage is very soft. NSSF does not increase the mortgage. So when the percent and the interest, which was there, it is still there.
Maintenance is real time. For instance, the fund has given us enough money to carry out these repairs and maintenance services. So the residents of Nyayo know for sure if there are issues that are within the management's reach, they will be sorted out in real time.
The houses are meant to benefit the members. If we go into a similar project in the foreseeable future, we'll give priority to NSSF members. Then if the uptake from members does not fully exhaust what we have out there, then we'll go to other Kenyans who are able to pay on a willing buyer basis.
Seated on a 2,000-acre parcel of land, the housing estate, which was started in 2002, has 6 phases comprising 4,800 units. With an estimated population of about 10,000 people, Nyayo Estate Embakasi is the biggest gated estate in East and Central Africa. The project is in line with the government's agenda of affordable housing for all. Other properties owned by NSSF in the real estate sector include Hazina Plaza in Mombasa, Hazina Estate in South B, Nairobi, Mountain View Estate, Tasia 1 and 2, just to name a few. As a way of giving back to the society, National Social Security Fund has built a special school from scratch in Busia County. Bugengi's special social initiative was prompted by stigma the special learners had to endure from regular pupils. This has seen a steady increase in enrollment and recognition by the relevant education ministry.
We needed space for expansion. So when we came here, after the NSSF supported us to come here, they also paved the way for other donors to come on board. The Ministry of Education came over. They donated 2 classrooms for our learners, for at least they have enough space here, and also the government saw need of posting more teachers.
To further make the learners more comfortable, NSSF is supporting the construction of a dormitory for the learners at a cost of 1 million shillings.
The NSSF CEO paid a visit to this school when they came during Giga campaign. Then they paid home visits and they saw need of us having a boarding facility here because they found out that our girl children are really suffering. They are raped on their way when they come to school. And also the kind of life they lead at home is not promising.
NSSF remains committed to offer social protection to all Kenyan workers, and the fund is on a journey towards becoming a trusted center of excellence in the provision of social security.
What we have done as a fund is to ensure that we invest largely in our change management modules so that indeed our people can work with us. We also want to go big in the informal sector. Within our database, we have roughly 300 members who are from the informal sector. Informal sector, I'm talking about people who come from informal businesses. And this is a chunk of our population. We are talking about close to 15 million Kenyans who are within that sector. So we want to ensure that we can enjoin these people to join NSF on a voluntary basis.
Well, now you know. Whether in the formal or informal sector, NSSF team is ready to engage.
Hello, madam.
Hello, morning. We also have a call center. So at any one time, our customers can get in touch. And when they do get in touch, it's actually a toll-free line. So it is at no cost to them to get in touch with us.
NSSF believes that a country of robust savers has high chances of significantly reducing poverty and building a firm foundation for economic takeoff. That's why it aims to inculcate a saving culture which is meant to grow you for good.